For 10 years, Swedish police hunted a driver they could never catch. He appeared on their version of Most Wanted. They gave out the direct phone number to Stockholm's traffic chief, begging for tips. They reviewed hundreds of hours of footage, frame by frame, looking for anything that could identify him. They came up empty every single time. The driver called himself Mr. X. Between 2000 and 2009, he released 10 underground films showing illegal street races through Stockholm at speeds exceeding 300 kilometers per hour. Real police chases, real traffic violations, real consequences if he ever got caught. 10 volumes over 10 years, 0 arrests, 1 unsolved mystery. Who is Mr. X? In 1976, French director Claude Lelouch mounted a camera to his Mercedes and ripped through Paris at dawn. 8 minutes of illegal driving filmed in a single take, hitting 200 kilometers per hour through the City of Light. C'était un rendezvous became an instant underground legend. For 20 years, pirate VHS copies circulated through car culture for ridiculous prices. It inspired countless imitators, but nobody matched its intensity until the year 2000, when a group of Swedish car enthusiasts made a bet while watching the film. One person said replicating it was impossible. Someone else said they could do it better. That argument became Getaway in Stockholm. They borrowed a television broadcast camera and stole a smaller lipstick camera from a reality show set. They bolted both to a 1978 Porsche 911 Turbo 930, mapped a route through Stockholm, and waited until late autumn when 3 a.m. streets were nearly empty. No permits, no permission. They just went. The footage showed speeds exceeding 200 kilometers per hour on public roads, with red lights ignored and one police car left behind so fast it looked staged. Behind the camera stood Mr. A, the anonymous director who would produce all 10 films. Behind the wheel sat Mr. X, the driver whose face would never be seen and whose real name would never appear in credits. The format was brutally simple. Film everything in one continuous take to prove nothing was faked. Use multiple camera angles, show police encounters in real time. No narration, just engine roar and tire squeal. Within months, the first Getaway in Stockholm became required viewing in the global street racing community. Here's why Mr. X was never arrested. Swedish traffic law had a quirk that became his shield. Unless police caught drivers within a specific time frame of the violation or got a confession, they couldn't prosecute. Mr. X understood this completely. They filmed in early morning hours when police presence was minimal. By the time any cops spotted them, they were kilometers away. By the time films reached the public weeks later, the charging window had closed. When Getaway in Stockholm appeared on Efterlyst, Sweden's Most Wanted show, authorities bypassed the normal tip line and gave out the direct phone number to Stockholm's traffic chief. Tips flooded in. Police reviewed every frame. They found nothing. No faces, no traceable elements. Cars were borrowed from trusted enthusiasts who could honestly say they didn't know who was driving. Equipment came through informal channels. Distribution happened through Duke Video as documentary footage. No credits appeared. No names, no paper trail. Mr. X never spoke on camera. No voice meant no voice print analysis. No face meant no recognition. The anonymity was the entire defensive strategy. Volume 2 arrived in 2001 and escalated everything. Two cars, a 600 horsepower Toyota Supra Turbo against a 400 horsepower Ford Escort Cosworth. The Escort ended up on fire after mechanical failure. The Supra driver was believed to be Jocke Qvarnis, a name that would become central to the mystery. Each year brought a new installment with a different supercar, each more aggressive than the last. Volume 3 featured a Honda NSX with helicopter footage showing the car leaving police behind from above. Volume 4 added Miss Corvette, a female driver in a Chevrolet Corvette C5 who matched Mr. X's pace while police scrambled. By Volume 5 in 2004, the series had massive international following. That year's super-tuned Mazda RX-7 matched the car from The Fast and the Furious just as street racing culture exploded globally. Volume 6 brought the ultimate showdown, a Dodge Viper GTS versus a Porsche 911 GT3. Both Le Mans proven, both capable of destroying everything in their path. Volume 7 featured a supercharged BMW M3 pumping out over 575 horsepower. Mr. X actively hunted for police during runs, seeking them out to demonstrate how easily he could escape. Every cop in Stockholm was trying to stop these films. Mr. X was turning their failure into entertainment. Volume 8 in 2007 brought an Audi RS6 with 525 horsepower. It also brought motorcycle footage mocking Ghost Rider, Sweden's legendary motorcycle outlaw who had criticized Getaway in Stockholm as fake. Ghost Rider, later confirmed as Patrick Furstenhoff, had told a magazine in 2003 that the first GIS film was staged. His exact words, "The policeman was actually a bodybuilder with baggy pants on. It was a rental car pretending to be police. You can print this, it was shit, and we made up the Ghost Rider as a big 'you suck' to the car guys." Volume 8 was Mr. X's reply. The film included footage from inside actual police patrol cars, proving encounters were legitimate. It added motorcycle segments showing they could ride on two wheels just as well. The rivalry between Ghost Rider and Getaway in Stockholm became part of both legacies. Volumes 9 and 10 wrapped the series between 2008 and 2009. Two Porsche 911 GT3s took center stage with solo runs showing Mr. X executing perfect lines through corners at speeds most drivers would never attempt. Then it stopped. No Volume 11, no announcements. The crew went silent and Mr. X disappeared. From the first film, Swedish racing forums tried solving the mystery. Every frame got analyzed. The consensus pointed to one name, Jocke Qvarnis Qvarnström. Qvarnström ran tuning shops in Stockholm specializing in extreme performance builds. His company, It's Fun.nu, became legendary for creating machines with insane horsepower and world record capabilities. In 2012, Qvarnström appeared on Rennlist, a major Porsche forum, introducing himself by name. He mentioned selling his 1978 Porsche 930 with over 1,000 horsepower. That car held the standing kilometer world record and ran a 9.59-second quarter mile at 247 kilometers per hour, making it the fastest Porsche at any European drag strip. But it wasn't just straight line fast. That 930 could lap the Nürburgring in approximately 7 minutes 20 seconds, faster than most modern supercars. Top speed was around 370 kilometers per hour. The ignition key was the only original part remaining. Qvarnström described running different boost levels. Street use got 650 horsepower. Maximum attack delivered 1,014 horsepower at 7,600 RPM. At full power, the car hit 100 kilometers per hour in 1.6 seconds. Those are numbers modern hypercars costing millions struggle to match, built into a car from 1978. The connection to Getaway in Stockholm becomes obvious. The Porsche 930 in the first film matched Qvarnström's exact build philosophy. The Ford Escort in Volume 2 was connected to his shop. The driving precision matched someone who could lap the Nürburgring in a 1,000 horsepower monster. In 2007, Qvarnström demonstrated his Porsche 911 Turbo at Sättna Airfield. The car made between 1,000 and 1,200 horsepower. Witnesses described the engine note as otherworldly and Qvarnström's control as absolute. Swedish forum users discussed Qvarnström extensively. Some praised him as the country's top tuner. Others mentioned controversies, but nobody disputed his skill behind the wheel. Multiple sources point to the same conclusion. The driving style matches Qvarnström's abilities. The cars match his shop's specialties. The timing aligns with his builds. Qvarnström operated in the exact gray area where Getaway in Stockholm lived. Getaway in Stockholm directly inspired Stockholm's inclusion in Project Gotham Racing 2, one of the most acclaimed racing games on Xbox. Developers at Bizarre Creations openly acknowledged the series was why they digitally recreated Stockholm's streets for their 2003 release. But the cultural impact wasn't entirely positive. In August 2002, a Finnish man who imported Getaway in Stockholm DVDs ran over a 9-year-old girl in Helsinki. The accident sparked outrage and renewed scrutiny. Critics argued the films glorified reckless driving and inspired dangerous imitation. Mr. A defended the series as documentation rather than encouragement. The films showed what was already happening in Stockholm's underground scene. They didn't create that culture, they captured it. British authorities classified the series as high-risk material in 2002, though international sales continued. The harder authorities tried to suppress it, the more valuable it became. Underground distribution created scarcity. These weren't films you could casually find. The series succeeded because it delivered complete authenticity. Every near miss was real. Every police chase was legitimate. Every moment where one mistake would result in death or arrest was genuine. Audiences understood Mr. X wasn't protected by stunt coordinators or special effects. That genuine danger kept people watching and the legend growing. Volume 10 appeared around 2009 or early 2010. Two Porsche 911 GT3s raced through Stockholm one final time with extended solo segments showing Mr. X's superhuman precision. Then silence. No Volume 11, no explanation. The crew vanished. After 10 years, accumulated risk was catching up. Swedish police had become more sophisticated. Vehicle identification technology had improved dramatically. Tactics that worked in 2000 might not be safe in 2010. International attention had grown impossibly large. Getaway in Stockholm had become mainstream within global car culture. More visibility meant more danger, and the crew had accomplished what they set out to prove. They'd created a decade-long documentary series at the absolute highest level. They'd influenced major video games and inspired countless imitators. Walking away undefeated made perfect sense. Mr. X vanished into whatever life he'd maintained throughout the series. The silence after Volume 10 only enhanced the mystique. No farewell documentary, no behind-the-scenes special, just 10 volumes and a mystery persisting for 16 years. Today, Getaway in Stockholm occupies that rare space where underground culture transforms into genuine legend. The films remain available through various channels. YouTube hosts clips and occasional full uploads, though they disappear regularly. The visual style influenced countless imitators worldwide. None captured the same intensity. Most feel staged or safe compared to what Mr. X achieved. Car enthusiasts still debate the series endlessly. Arguments erupt about which volume was best, which car was fastest, whether all police chases were real. The 2002 Finnish accident gets mentioned as evidence of negative impact. Defenders counter that street racing existed before these films. The mystery of Mr. X's identity remains technically unsolved. No press conference announced his name. No documentary showed his face. The evidence pointing toward Qvarnis is substantial but circumstantial. Swedish authorities never publicly confirmed identification. Qvarnis never publicly claimed to be Mr. X. Part of what makes the legend work is the mystery itself. Revealing everything would diminish the magic. Someone calling himself Mr. X drove some of the world's most extreme performance cars through Stockholm at illegal speeds for 10 consecutive years. Someone documented it professionally and distributed it worldwide. Someone evaded Swedish police despite appearing on Most Wanted. Someone built a legacy that influenced video games, inspired imitators, and created a mystery lasting nearly 2 decades. All available evidence points to Qvarnis as Mr. X. The driving skill perfectly matches his demonstrated abilities. The cars match his shop's specialties. The timeline aligns with his activities. Multiple independent sources identify him as the most probable candidate. But without official confirmation, without seeing his face behind that helmet, the mystery technically remains open. The operational security that protected the crew for 10 years continues protecting them now. Getaway in Stockholm represented the absolute peak of outlaw automotive culture. It showed what becomes possible when exceptional skill combines with meticulous planning, genuine courage, and understanding of legal loopholes. Mr. X proved that one person with the right skills could make an entire country's police force look helpless. inspire millions worldwide, and create a lasting legacy. 10 volumes over 10 years, 0 arrests, 1 technically unsolved mystery. That's the legend of Mr. X and Getaway in Stockholm. What do you think? Was Mr. X really Jocke Qvarnström, or does the evidence still leave room for doubt? Whatever you believe, one fact remains certain. For 10 consecutive years, someone in Stockholm showed the entire world what true outlaw driving looked like. And despite everything Swedish authorities tried, nobody could stop them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.